Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to show you some sights around Lake Winnipeg, which is the largest lake north of the city of Winnipeg. Of all the various lakes around here that I've shown you, and some other smaller ones, this is by far the largest, and it looks like on the map, I'll have to check the figures, it looks like it's about the same size as Lake Erie. I'm starting off here at the very small town of Grand Rapids, and as you can see by the sign behind here, this is a land without boundaries, whatever that means, I'm not sure. So let me show you the lake and the Saskatchewan River that flows into the lake here, and then I'm going to move on south. And by the way, where I'm standing right now is the furthest north that I'm going to go in all of my Canada videos. So let me show you the lake here. And this place where that sign is their Veterans Memorial Park. And they've got a memorial right there. Let me go take a look at it. And I think this lists just the people from Grand Rapids that served in the military. This is right at the entrance to the city. Although I don't know if we call it a city or not. And they've got picnic tables. Well, now let's go to the lake. I'm here at a place where they launch their boats into the river. And this is the Saskatchewan River. Goes under that bridge, which is the highway that brings you into the city, and the river flows out into Lake Winnipeg. This one is going down into the water now. Nice. The water is a very deep blue and looks very, very clean. And here's where it flows into the Lake Winnipeg. The shore here is all small rocks. You can walk into the water here, but I think you can see the bottom is lined with these rocks. So you gotta wear shoes. I can see somebody out there in a real small, oh, that's like a duck. I thought it was somebody in like a canoe or something. And on the other side of the river, near where it merges into the lake, somebody's got a really nice house there. This is an aquatic invasive species control zone. And here they're telling you what kind of fish not to catch. And we got a lot more ducks over here. Well, that's about it for this spot. Well, folks, I have now driven almost all the way down Lake Winnipeg, still on the western shore, here in the town of Dunatar. And at the beach here, they have a railroad track with a little walkway right there. You have to go over to get to the beach. So this is called Matlock Beach. And what's different from other beaches, all the other beaches I've seen, is that here at Matlock Beach, they actually have a pier which I see some people have walked out on there. And along the beach here, some nice sand. There's a group of people that are just standing around doing nothing. I don't know what that's about. This actually is some pretty decent sand for a lake beach. And it's a nice wide beach. But from the beach to the water, it looks like about 8 or 10 feet of rock. It's pretty windy here, and the waves are coming in pretty strong. Well, what do you say we walk out onto the pier? It's a very narrow pier, just enough for 1 or 2 people to walk side by side. Nice place to get a portrait. Oh, and look, on the other end here, there's stairs going down so you can go swimming. Nice. Plus benches on the side. It's a pretty nice pier, just a small one. And I see down here, there's another pier. That might be a private pier. It's so windy I can barely hold the camera still. I think this is actually a bay. As you can see, the land goes out pretty far there before you get into the open lake area where you can't see across it. Right there. Then on the other side, it's much closer. And we have another pier over there as well. There's that group over there. It's late in the day now, and the weather has finally cooled off. They've had a heat streak for the last few days, and finally it's cooled off, and now it's kind of getting cold this late in the day here. But this is a pretty nice beach here at Matlock Beach in the town of Dunatar. I like it. It's a nice place. Yeah, they've got a big party. They've probably been here all day. Here's their sign, Village of Dunatar, Public Pier Beach Area. I like how they've put in the red there, unsupervised swimming area. Proceed at your own risk. Well, who else's risk would it be? No dogs, fishing, campfires, or camping allowed. Well, that's a shame. I could actually stay here tonight in my RV. Now, I don't know what's going on here, but on Google Maps and everywhere else, this place is called Matlock Park. But here, they're calling it Milne Memorial Park. So, I don't know. But I haven't seen the name Milne anywhere else but on that monument there. And they have this biking trail that goes a long ways outside of the park here. And other than porta potties, trash barrels, and a couple platforms like this, that is all they have here. Yeah, well, that's about it, folks. I'm going to move it along to my next place. Now I'm going to show you Patricia Beach Provincial Park. Here's their parking lot, and this is some very, very fine sand getting up to the beach here. And it looks like a very nice beach here. And the large beach, it's kind of a cool day, so I think that's why nobody's out here. And it's about 11 a.m. on a Sunday, so got to give people some time. The fluffy sand ends here, and then it gets hard, wet sand going out to the water. So at least it's easy to walk on right along the shoreline. And way out there, let's see. Now looking to the right, it's a long ways before you can see any land going out towards the lake. And it goes a long, long way out there, the land. So the best thing about this beach is the sand. That is sand like I've seen on ocean beaches. Really nice, fine white sand. Now, one negative here is that it's a long dirt road from the paved highway to get here. So if you're coming in an RV, you might not want to drive that. Well, that's about it for here, folks. Now, they do have here a chip stand, but I think they're lying about saying it's open. There's the menu up here. It's hamburgers and ice cream treats. And this says it's open from noon to 7 every day. So I'm a little early. So when more people get here, it could be a fun place. Well, I'm going to show you Wanasing Beach, which is about 2 miles directly east of Victoria Beach, and this goes down this dirt road. Now the problem is they don't have a parking lot here. They just have this car trail that goes down to the beach, which you can see right there. I can park my motor scooter here, but there's no room to park cars. But then it's a very, very short walk here to the beach. And just like at the last beach, some very fine white sand here. So this does look nice. And it certainly is a very private beach, if you know what I mean by private. Because hardly any people come here, and I sure don't see anybody. And then looking off to the right, I see a lot of small boats in the lake there. Lake Winnipeg. And all along on the other side of these trees is private residences. So these residences want to keep this beach private to themselves, apparently, which is why they haven't built a parking lot for people to get here. So whoever lives back here has got their chairs set out where they come sometimes right through the trees there. Well, now I'm going to go to Victoria Beach, which I think you'll see is a world different than here. Well, folks, now I've come to Victoria Beach, and I got quite a surprise. The beach is several blocks down that way, and you're not allowed to drive past this point. You have to park in this parking lot right here, and then either walk or ride bicycles to get to the beach. And here are the parking lot fees. So this was a big disappointment to me. I can't actually drive to the beach, and I'm not going to walk it. There's my motor scooter, and there's a really nice lady in the information booth there that I talked to, and I was trying to figure out why there are bicycles here. Because you come in your car with your bicycle, you bicycle to the beach, why are they here? And she had some answer that didn't make any sense to me, and they don't rent bicycles here. They do not rent bicycles, but these are an amazing amount of bicycles, and more over there. She said people park here for convenience. I don't see how this is convenient. Because why would you leave your bicycle here and then walk in to the beach? I'm missing something. And here are the beach rules. They got a bunch of them. Some places only have 3 rules, and they got a bunch of them here. Now, she said they do rent mobility scooters, so that's a possibility. Here are the mobility scooters that they rent. And look at this, folks. There are literally hundreds of cars here around noon on a Sunday in July. That Patricia beach I was just at, where there was only a few cars, and this place is jam-packed full of cars. I'm just kind of amazed, folks. Well, folks, I have just lost interest in seeing Victoria Beach. So I'm going to sign off here. Good day, folks.